It's a bright, cheerful, wonderful afternoon, and it's time for the hottest entertainment headlines right here on Tea Time. So this morning, we brought you a wonderful, chatty conversation with studio guest Ngozi Nwosu. So if you missed it, you missed out. But not to worry, we have another guest for you this afternoon, and we'll be telling you who that is later on. But first, let's do away with the usual introductions. I'm Tokumbo Tyro, and I'm here with the energetic crew, Elsie Godwin and Ife Oshun. Hello, people.
Hi.
Okay, so my usual question, what's new?
I don't know if you guys saw what Yemi Alade wrote, saying that
about social media and depression.
Cause for depression.
Depression, yeah.
And I totally agree with her, because a lot of people tend to compare their life to that of another person instead of being grateful for what they have. So yeah, it's part of the reasons why people get depressed.
Your take on this?
I'm not in the right frame of mind to delve into this far.
You're still in last.
So I'm telling you, I went to the other side of Lagos today. You know, it's easy for you to chill in Lekki on the island and think.
Well, the helicopter. Let's leave it there. Yes, let's leave it there.
Lagos is working, my people. Lagos is working. That's all I know right now.
But if I have to say, you know, in as much as Yemi has said this, and so many celebrities are coming out to talk about depression and all of this, you know, social ills, I kind of get the feeling like it's beginning to bore me now. I know. Oh, there you go then. Oh, there you go. No, that's not what I mean.
You said it's beginning to...
How can you say mental health?
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about... No, listen. Understand it properly. Listen, you're not even understanding where I'm coming from. I'm talking about celebrities who are actually talking about the same... Listen! Let me land.
Hey.
Yes, I'm talking about celebrities who are actually saying the same thing over and over and over.
Goodness.
Okay, so you had landed since. So you were going to land. You had landed since. Wait, let me address this, my brother.
You want to land?
Wait.
Land.
No, Elsie, let Elsie speak.
Now, we want people to advocate for mental health, for depression, to create awareness. Who are the best people to talk about these things, if not the celebrities you are backlashing right now?
Okay, if the celebrities are going to talk about... Hold on. If the celebrities are going to talk about depression, they should read about it and understand what it really means. It's not just about social media.
Thank you, Elsie.
I mean, the fact that I went to...
How do you know?
They all come out and tell you it's just social media pressure, comparing yourself to other people. That's not the only thing.
And then they're saying the same thing, and then they're saying the same thing that someone else has said. If you come out and say something different, yeah, but she didn't share hers, did she? Kathy, did you hear me say anything about Kathy? I never.
I'm just saying that.
All right. It's getting hot already right here on Tea Time.
Celebrities are the people to talk about mental health.
I don't have a problem.
We don't have a problem with it, but they should understand it and come from a very...
Okay, name one celebrity that has spoken about depression that doesn't understand the meaning.
Yemi Alade, can we move on?
Why? Because she said she said social media. So you guys
social media is not the only cause.
It's not, but she said it is one. She didn't say that.
And social media is not even a major cause. Like, if you don't even like yourself.
By Yemi Alade, did you see?
No, I'm yet to see the post.
So maybe when you see it and you read it, then you would understand.
All
right. So as mentioned earlier, it's not business as usual this afternoon, as we do have a studio guest, and it's time to introduce our studio guest this afternoon. He's in his mid-20s, hails from Delta State, is a graduate of Lautech in Oyo State, and has often been referred to as the Wonder Boy of Africa. He's a singer, signed up to a new record label titled God's Nation, and his sound is African and sometimes borders alongside dancehall rhythms. His collection of songs includes his cover version, that is, of This Is Nigeria, Girls Them, The Takeover, and more recently, Kabata. I don't know if I said that correctly. Kabata. All right, so with over 25,000 followers on Instagram, let's make welcome the active, amicable, and authentic Arrel.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Very good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
I have to say, though, I have never seen so much eyes on one person at any one point in time. There's so much bling.
Ow.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
Yeah.
And you're in white as well. Did you ever watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So you understand when Ife is saying winter is coming?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so what about the eyes though? Let's start from there. There's so much blinks. Is it eyes or...
Are you talking of eyes or the blinks?
The bling, eh? What?
Come on, man.
Hello, Elsie. Hello, and she always tells me I'm so...
understand now. I am in 1992 and I'm not ashamed of it. Are you talking of his blink or the eyes? I'm looking for the eyes. Like, I'm so backward like that.
Look, show Elsie. Just do that.
But when did you start calling
her.
these eyes? I don't understand.
Oh my days. Let's move on.
Continue.
Yeah, it's just it's part of the culture of music, you know, coming out looking all dripping and looking all fly, you know.
Yes, but even so, it's quite a lot because normally you have guys with like 2 or 3 or 1 or 1, but there's a lot everywhere. I look on the left, on the right, on the neck, on the ear. It's just like blinging all the way through.
But it looks good though, because I don't know why Tokumbo is going on and about it.
Of Africa.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. I like it because Elsie thinks I'm like hating. I'm not hating. It's cool. It's just that it's very different.
Okay, yeah, because I'm different too in my style
In
of
your
music
style.
and every other thing.
Excellent.
Okay, so tell us about your style.
Well, my name is Arrel, and they call me the Wonder Boy of Africa. I do dancehall, I do Afro reggae, I do hip hop, I do everything Afro, like I'll call it Afrofusion.
Okay, so I'm glad you just gave yourself all this accolades. Prove it by doing a quick freestyle for us.
Okay.
And if I tell him, he's got to use PlusTVAfrica.
Yeah,
it has to come in somewhere.
Or tea time.
Your freestyle.
Okay.
One way or the other.
Okay, Plus TV. So what's today? Let me start with today.
Today is Wednesday.
Okay, waiting at the sea up in the sky. Today's Wednesday, we go like to the party. Waiting at the smile right in your eyes. Today's Friday, we go like to the party, yeah. Today's Friday, Plus TV. Everybody come, let's party, yeah.
And it's a party. Has anybody told you look like Jesse Jags?
No.
You've never gotten that?
No,
well,
not
you
at all.
do.
At all, really?
To me, though.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's talk, still on your music. I wanted to quickly talk about This Is Nigeria, the cover version that you did.
Okay.
You know, what was because so many people did their own cover versions, and the predominant person that did it, you know, was Falz. But you did your own version, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I wanted to understand, you know, the concepts behind your take and some of the things that you covered, which, you know, Falz didn't even cover in his own.
Yeah, as at that time, I was more concerned about police brutality. And then it was so rampant, and even the government wasn't saying anything about it. And it was affecting the youth, because as an artist, you stepping out, looking at you, the way you look and the way you dress, they tend to tag you as someone else, which was something I wanted to be a voice to a whole lot of people that really can speak, because that's what I do. I try to preach things that I believe. I want to help the voiceless with my sound and my kind of music. So I felt, okay, I should use that time out and that avenue to preach about police brutality.
Okay, so have you ever experienced that kind of stuff? Because a lot of people that talk about it, we've spoken to Rugged Man, he experienced numerous incidents, you know, of police brutality. And yeah, so I don't know, did you personally experience something like that?
Yes, actually I did. There was a time, during that time, I just came from South Africa, where I went to shoot my video, that's Kabata, and I was with my friend, and they just picked me. I was like, I should get into the van because I was wearing black.
Okay, and did you have all of this ice?
No.
Okay, at the time.
No. And they said maybe they suspected me as maybe I'm a cultist, and I was like, oh damn, you don't have to say that because of how I look. So they took me all the way from the island to Ikeja.
Whoa.
And my manager had to come. The stress was so much, and I couldn't just comprehend it that staying in your own country and you could experience things like that. So that was why I had to come out with that song.
Okay, all right, thank you
so
very much.
You just got signed to God's Nation recently, right?
Yeah.
And I would like you to enlighten us. How does a contract work, and what are the terms involved in your contract? Okay,
music business is a very, very complicated business, and you just have to understand the rules, because you need to understand the rules of anything before you can break it. And God's Nation just came through to my rescue, because at some point I was about giving up, because I've been doing music all my life since I was a boy, since I was a kid. So they brought the deal, and it was favorable and I had to sign it, but it's just the normal deal you get from every other record company. But the only important thing about it is that the name and the CEO, because I have a relationship with him.
Okay.
And so that's why it's quite easy for me to express myself in the record label. Yeah. So God's Nation is just a new record company. Okay. You understand?
Yeah, but you still haven't told me the terms of your deal.
You know what? Let's quickly go on a break, and then when we come back, hopefully you'll be giving us another answer to Ife's question.
Okay.
Hopefully.
I don't want to go deep.
You don't want to go deep, but don't worry. When we return, we'll continue chatting with emerging artist Arrel, and he'll be answering some more of our questions. So stay right here on Plus TV Africa. You're watching Tea Time. We'll be right back. You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can live here.
My real names are Akbofyofobo, Akbolubomemere.
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, you know, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you have a younger brother.
Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
It feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa. Up next is a continuation of our chat with upcoming artist Arrel. Now, before the break, Ife, you asked him a question and he hasn't really answered that question. So, Ife, maybe you need to re-ask.
Okay, so give us the details of your contract with God's
Nation.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I really don't want to go deep with that, but I was still going to say something. It's a 4 years deal. And then after 4 years from now, I'll be free to start my own thing. And I really appreciate God's Nation because they really believe in me. And the only way I can really prove to them that I'm really capable of doing this is for me to drop hits, and which I'm really doing. I have a studio in the house right now, which I'm working on a couple of songs. And I believe by the time I drop it, then a company will
So your deal came with the studio in the house?
Yeah, the studio and the house.
And the Bentley?
No.
So tell us about the Bentley. Do you own a Bentley?
Not really, but I own a Benz.
Okay, so don't you think 4 years is a long time? You don't think you get to a point after a year or two and you feel I'm being cheated?
No. You know why? Because music is a gradual thing. You don't just come out and you're everywhere. You have to work first. And then people that they're investors and they need to make their money off you.
What if that happens? You come because you've been working for a long time. What if this year is the year and you come out and you're everywhere? You won't still feel like 4 years is a long time to be with them.
That's why my CEO is a smart investor.
Okay.
You understand? Because if you invest in someone, you should make money out of it. So it's a risk though. So if it comes out that way, then...
So do you want to share the sharing formula here?
And did you have a lawyer with you when you signed your contract?
I was going to ask that, you know.
Yes, most definitely.
Okay.
Okay, so they checked the small print, you know, and made sure that, you know, it was advantageous to yourself and not just the record label. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's a win-win thing for me. And
I'm glad you say win-win. So what's the sharing formula? 50-50?
Wow.
You were not expecting this.
Yeah, that's all.
That's what we do right here.
You know what? We need to know now because we have your back. So that next year when you come out and say, they are cheating me, we can tell you.
We can be like,
we'll talk to you about this, my brother.
Okay.
The manager is...
But if you don't want to, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
comfortable
fine.
with that.
So what do you expect from you soon?
Soon, yeah. I just started working on a new song, and I believe, because for me, I want the situation whereby I'll be the #1 in Africa, and I want to win a BET. So I'm really working hard. I've been working so hard all my life, and I think this is the right time for me to show the world what I can offer. So from now to December, I want Africa and want Nigeria to get ready for me because I'm coming with hit back to back.
Okay.
And I'm prepared for it, you know.
Okay. What would you say basically it would take for you to actually reach the top where you want to reach here in Africa? Apart from, you know, hard work and creativity, what else do you think will actually take you to where you want to go?
My personality.
Okay.
I have one of the best personality in the world, so I believe myself because I've invested so much in myself, which is the most important thing. And as a result of that, definitely, because if you're hardworking, definitely there should be a result.
Okay.
And
yeah, and as a self, as you believe so much in yourself, would you say in terms of the music business, are you self-taught or you studied professionally? Because that has been an issue in the music industry as well, where they say people sing and people do a lot of artistry in terms of music because here it's much more commercial, but that abroad people actually undergo a lot of training, you know, to fine-tune their voice, fine-tune their art, fine-tune their craft, fine-tune their creativity. So how do you, you know, juggle the two together? And then in your particular instance, did you get any kind of training or you're learning as you go along?
okay, like I said earlier on, I've been doing music all my life.
Okay.
And when I was young, around 2007, I won Star Road Quest, Abeokuta.
Okay.
And ever since, while I was very young, I learned the guitar. I learned how to play the keyboard. And that way, I taught myself because I knew the challenges ahead. So I had to prepare for it, which is now for me to face it now. So I'll say I learned it, and as a matter of fact, I can produce too. So.
Okay, so let me get your opinion on the recent drama that just unfolded. We had Peruzzi say something, I'm sure you saw it, and it was alleged to be a shade to Tenny.
Okay.
Now, do you think Peruzzi deserves that award more than Tenny? And how would you rate the hard work? Since he said he worked the hardest, and he made more money than any upcoming artist, I think. So what do you think about that?
I really can't say much about the financial aspect now. But as for me, I believe every artist in Nigeria really work hard because it's not easy to stay late. And you can hear my voice now. I've been singing all through the night.
Okay.
And now I'm here. So if Peruzzi say he worked so hard and he deserved it even more than Tenny, that's his own opinion.
Okay. All right.
So what's your opinion?
You know what? We'll talk some more about it. Let's quickly go on break because Elsie still has a few more questions she wants to ask. When we come back, it'll be time to carry on with our conversation with singer and songwriter Arrel. Stay right here and then we'll be right back. You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can live here.
My real names are Akpofiofobo, Akporobomemere.
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, you know, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you are my younger brother.
Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
It feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you.
Welcome back. It's still Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa. And before we move on in our conversation with music artist Arrel, we'll take a look at his video and listen to a bit of his song. So it's his video coming up right now, and then right after that, we'll talk some more about it. So it's his music video titled Kabata. This is Arrel.
Oh baby girl, I know the joke. If you give me one, me I go choke. I need a woman in my life, oh. Not the other one, we want the bug. Make me the rock, I see the auto. Now you ring me, I go not do. If you no give, I no go take, oh. I go follow both them for your sake, oh. Every time you come around, you damn hot, see my girl, you my number one, oh. No one better than you, baby girl, see me say your body bad, oh. That's in my melody, yeah. Show me your style tonight with the Puma, yeah. Flick on deck, oh. We on jack with the song, and we play. Your love is my love, oh. Na-na-na. It in my head, oh.
Okay, so that was a quick clip of the music video of Kabata by Arrel. So before we went on break, Elsie, you were going to ask, or you want to talk about this?
I just wanted him to give his opinion on who he thinks deserves the award more, Peruzzi or Tenny.
Well, both of them really tried as a last year, and I really can't say which or, because as long as you work hard, you deserve the best. And
yeah, the politician.
Not even catch him anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Let me ask you. Do you think it's actually right for Peruzzi to actually come out and say that he has actually, he has much more, or he has earned much more money in the accounts? Is that not what he said?
Yeah,
he
earned more than any upcoming act.
More than any other upcoming act. So do you think it's right or factual for someone to come out and actually say that I definitely have more money than any other artist? Because I was wondering, how does he really know what you have in your account, what Tenny has in her account, and how much they've all made, in the last 1 year? So do you think it's right for someone to actually come out and say something like that?
Well, for me, if it's sure for him, then he should go ahead and say it, because it's all about how much you have. For me, I believe he might have said it that way. Maybe that was not what he meant. Because for me, I will still maintain the fact that...
So you think he was taken out of context? He was taken out of context?
Yeah, it's possible.
Thank you, my brother.
I think you're the diplomat.
Anyway,
you're the diplomat. Well, you said the right thing, man.
No, I have a question. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about Kabata. Now, that's a banger. That's definitely one of the biggest songs of 2018. Yeah. Well, in the clubs, I don't know how come out.
Oh, he lives in the club, so yeah.
So if he says it's true,
if he says so, it's
exactly.
So. We agree.
That's like one of the biggest songs of 2018. What inspired that song?
Yeah, Kabata, I was looking for a way to appreciate all the beautiful girls around the world. And I like my girls and they like me too. And the girls, them man. So I just thought of one. I just felt, okay, I should bring out something to appreciate my ladies, So I felt, okay, let me look for a slang. Kabata means beautiful girl. So that was how I came about the song.
Why are you suddenly smiling? You've not been smiling since. Suddenly! Oh, goodness. Suddenly we are talking of Kabata, admiring girls and smiling.
Yeah, you started smiling back and then you started Kabata.
What's going on?
I don't know. Active.
Well, maybe she needs you to enlighten her more on the ice.
Well, no, when you say fine girl, you appreciate her now, So we have one here, so.
Okay.
So Kabata.
Okay, Kabata.
So from now on, we'll start calling you LC Kabata.
So are we going to get just club bangers from you, or we're going to get songs that will touch on issues that will probably make me want to go and sit down and think of my life?
Okay, for now, that's why right now I'm planning on dropping a 7-track EP. So I want to cover every aspect, because as you can see, I'm this club person, I'm a dancer person. I like to party, I like to flex. So, but
with a lot of kabatas.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to dispute that,
Yeah, I wasn't. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you were saying.
So, in the EP, I just want to touch every aspect so that I can. If this is the kind of music you like, you definitely go with it. If you like this kind of style, definitely go with it.
Okay. How has your journey in the music industry been? Because some people have found it easy, some people have found it, not so bad, and some people have found it really challenging. So as someone who, is still, exactly upcoming, what would you say your journey has been?
Yeah, music can be so easy with money. But when you don't have that right fund and you're doing it yourself, it's really challenging, Because for me, I won't lie to you, it has been so challenging growing up where your parent wants you to be a doctor or a professional, and you decide to say, okay, after school, this is what I want to chase. So it's really challenging, but glory be to God, I have one of the best record labels in Africa right now, God's Nation. And so for now, I think the challenge is, I really would say it's not as it used to be.
Okay. All right, so we haven't got long before the show ends, so maybe we should talk about politics that is coming up this year. What do you think about youths in politics? Because there are new contenders in the running for this year. So what's your take on that?
Yeah, for now, I really don't want to involve myself in politics.
Okay.
So maybe the nearest future I'll come out and say things, but for now.
Okay, so whether we like it or not, politics affects every one of us. So what advice do you have for the youth in the upcoming general election? It's barely a month away.
Yeah, I would advise everybody to go out there and vote.
Okay.
And choose wisely, don't sell your vote. You know who you want to vote for, so go and vote.
Okay. Right. If there are any last questions before we wrap up?
I would just love to know, since you're saying it hasn't been so easy for an upcoming act, how has the reception been in the industry so far? It's because you're saying it's money, but at the same time, reception also matters. Now, the peers in the industry, the people who have
reception of his music?
Yeah, reception of your music.
Yeah, fine.
And as an upcoming act by other industry colleagues.
Yeah, as long as you have good content, definitely people will associate themselves with you, because people always want to associate themselves with success. And as an upcoming artist, if you work with me or you spend time with me, you know I'm a go-getter, and you know definitely for me to still stay strong now, I'm heading somewhere. So I've always had this support from colleagues and friends.
All right, and that's it on Tea Time this afternoon, but as usual, we're back tomorrow, same time, same place, same platform. In the meantime, you can comment on Twitter on any aspects of the program using the hashtag #TeaTimeAfrica. Until then, big ups to my colleagues on set, Ife and Elsie, the entire production team, and our studio guest, music artist Arrel. I'm Tukumbo Taiwo saying thanks for watching, and from all of us here, do have a good evening.